From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Tonight we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Stick from the gun. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 at the Cardinals 41.
Stick looks to throw. He finds Austin complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll change things up.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Stick back to pass. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
25-yard line.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stick. Touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The city just made a sweep with the diabetic. They mouth you full of the seat. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Mayfield. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing. Mayfield. Oh, his first throw of the game. Going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop him. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll get him down inside with 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
It's 2nd and inches.
Mayfield. That's complete to McBride. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Cardinals.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he's going to step up and run. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Mayfield now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw, Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
First down.
Now an audible here into something else. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Run. Hey, alert! Watch out!
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score.
The Cardinals will line up for the two-point conversion.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
Rams 10, Cardinals 6.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing left side, it's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
On the play. Brings up third down.
Here's Stick looking to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On fourth down, here's Stick. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Stick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the Rams at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 27.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Rams 17, Cardinals 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Mayfield to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Mayfield. Now he's going to step up and run. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Baker changing the play at the line. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Arizona.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield with it once more. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Third down.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Now Mayfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewisine. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
At the 42-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Stiff. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Calvin Austin, 57 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Baker going to change it up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Oh, they're changing this at the line. 4th down, Mayfield. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Calvin Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Stick looks to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Stick back to pass. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Stick from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Rams are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This one finds Wilson downfield. Touchdown, Cardinals! Michael Wilson as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The Cardinals will line up for the two-point conversion.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A shotgun throw for Stick. It's caught here by Adams. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stick. Completes it to Austin. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't hear him no more.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to...
It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mayfield now. Now he's going to step up and run. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
31-yard line.
Stick looks to throw it again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 10 more there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Cardinals 19.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football.
He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. And it's second down. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing, Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Here's Stick looking to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Finding space at the 40. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, 83 yards. And the Rams are pouring it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 19. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the 1st half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Mayfield to throw it. This is taken in by McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st down, Cardinals.
Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Rams' 30.
From the gun, Mayfield.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Cardinals' 1st down.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now he'll tuck, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Real. Regular. Hey, alert. One time.
Mayfield now from the 50. Checks this one down to Robinson. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good look at the end of that one.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. Now Mayfield. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
An audible here to get a new look. Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Cardinals.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete to McBride. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now they'll shift things around.
Hey, alert 33. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Kings, Kings, Kings. What's up?
And again, it's Mayfield. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
It's now 4th down.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
Alert, 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 alert. What's up?
4th down, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. And the Rams are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
It's a loss of 8
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
1st and 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now he's going to step up and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
60! 79 Broncos. 70. 60.
Stick looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
From
the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back. They like to run that play there and try and run over people.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show.